Hey folks, it's Dave back here in Studio B. And just a little Friday night hangout here. Nothing too serious going on. I ended up getting called into the rink today to do a game. As I think I told you, there's a team that's kind of local over here. At least they moved local, and they're doing some duty at a rink, the closest rink to me actually. And it's like, hey, we need some play-by-play today. So I zipped over and did a game this afternoon. So instead of chilling out and playing games, I ended up going to work. So now I'm home and continuing this here. I started this little project last night, and I was telling the people, the members of the channel, I had a little chat with them last night and told them what I was looking for and looking to do. And so I finally started this here, and I think it's something I'm going to do in a bunch of different games. And it's something I've always wanted to do and I've talked about. And what I'm doing is I'm taking a season, and the only way I can really play every team. So I pulled out my my 76 season here. This is my 76. So wait, let me go overhead. Let me come overhead here. Hi, Barbara. Thanks for coming by. Barbara had her sunglasses on today. She looked like the Terminator. I thought it was pretty cool. So I got all my teams here. You know, all my my 76. So I bought 76. Was it last year when it come out? And I haven't really done anything with it. You know, all my 76 teams. And I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try working on that project I talked about where I play every single team. And I have in a playoff style where I take the top team, no matter who it is, and play the bottom team, no matter who it is. In this particular instance, it's Cincinnati and Montreal from 1976. So they were the best and they were the worst. Play a 3-game series. Loser out, and then we just advance around. So I'm going to go from 24 teams to 12 to 6 to 3, and then the final 3 will just play like a little round robin with each other and just have a champion. And that way, I can play every team in the season. I'm going to do that with some of my hockey seasons, and maybe even football too. But football would be a one and done. It would not be a 3-game series. So I elected to go with Stratomatic. And the reason I went with Stratomatic is, you know, again, that 76 season. It gives me a chance to pull it out and play it and just kind of have some fun with it. And this was the first game, very first game. I started this last night before work, and I never finished it, and I haven't got back to it until just now. And so I don't have it all set up nice with the scoreboard and everything like I normally do. So this is just kind of a hangout here. So I could talk a little bit about what I was doing and just say hi to some people who want to come by and hang out tonight. Oh, I was also talking to somebody on Facebook. And so again, these are your strat cards, right? And he was talking about creating some holders like this, but they were specifically for strat cards. And I was like, boy, that would be kind of neat. So I could, you know, set them up here and get my cards and get what I need. And especially for hockey, I was thinking for hockey, whereas I could, you know, put like a whole line. If I could have a five and I could have them stand up in front of me, then I might try that hockey. But I just can't get hockey to work on the table. But if I have them standing up like I do here, it does kind of work. So I'm kind of working with him on that and seeing what he's going to do and, you know, what he's going to charge me for the whole bit to do that. But I would do that with Strat, and that way there I could have everything kind of standing up like I have it here. But anyway, where I am right now, and again, all I did, okay, just so we know what's going on with the project, I got the stat list here, and I just went with the lineup most frequently used. And I'm going to use that probably for all the games. Unless someone has a really bad game, then I might take them out and put somebody else in, something like that. But for the most part, that's what I'm going to do here, is just kind of use that lineup because I don't know all the teams very well. And I'm going to start with the best pitcher, then the next pitcher, and the next pitcher, and just probably rotate 3 pitchers, maybe 4, throughout the rotation, depending on how many games they play. And that's what I'm doing right now. And so right now, I am in the top of the 6th. The Expos lead this 3 to absolutely nothing. They got a home run from Unser in the first inning. So it was, what happened here? Garrett, as I say, Jorgensen got on, Valentin got on, and then it was this guy here, Del Unser. Del Unser hit the home run. And so that's where I stay. And that's the only runs in the game. And actually, Steve Rogers here from Montreal is pitching a no-hitter right now to the Reds. The Reds have a no-hit thing going on here. As David C. comes by. Hi, David. And so this is the product I was talking about, where I play everybody. So it's best versus worst. So Cincinnati should win this, but right now they're losing, and it'd be interesting to see what kind of upsets we have and who's going to win this whole thing. And so I'm kind of inviting you all in here to Studio B, and I'm just going to get an overhead general shot. Again, you're not going to see people on bases in the whole bit. I'll give you the score and what's happening, but it's just me kind of playing here tonight and chatting and see what's going on with everybody. Again, I do have to work all weekend. I get more games tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, and then Sunday, and it just goes on and on and on. The only good news of all this is doing the extra work for the team up the street. I've done 3 games, and the guy paid me today, and it's like, that's some extra money. That could be my next season of APA right there, next 2 seasons of APA. And it wouldn't affect anything else because it's just extra work, right? It's not really kind of dipping into savings if it's all extra work, right? So I might have to reward myself with something like that. I'm leaning towards 1985 APA football and leaning towards 1977 APA baseball. Haven't pulled the trigger yet, but those are the seasons on my radar right now. Still looking at maybe a strat season. Still looking at maybe payoff pitch. Things like that, but those are the ones on my radar right now. There's probably a few others I'm looking at too, but anyway, so I'm hoping I'm gonna enjoy this format here. I'm hoping I'll get through it at some point. I tend to not finish projects, as a lot of us do, but this one should be manageable, especially in Strat Basic. As Jeff comes by, hi Jeffrey, and so we're just gonna watch me play here. This is no big presentation for me at all right now, so just we'll talk and we'll chat here on a Friday night. I got a few minutes before I crash and do this all again tomorrow, but all right, so I'll describe what happens here the best I can, but this is just kind of an overhead shot of what's going on here. All right, so we're in the top of the 6th, and I have Mike Jorgensen, not Sonny Jorgensen, it's Mike Jorgensen, and he's going up against Gary Nolan. And again, I'm just kind of, what I'm doing when NL plays NL, I'm going pitcher hitting. If it's any combination of AL, NL, or AL, then we're going to use the DH. So in this game, when it's all National League, we're going to just keep rolling with the pitcher hitting, and I'm just going to do my best to sub in. So we have a 2 and a 7. Strike him out. So Jorgensen goes down, and there's 1 away. And for Nolan, that is strikeout number, just 2. 2 strikeouts, that's it. All right, so we have Ellis Valentine. He's got a single and drove in a run. He drove in a run. So Unser's home run was a 2-run home run. A 1-6, and he got the Pantera walk. So Valentine is on first. He's got ace stealing. Now, if we hold him, and I've been getting a little bit better at the stealing and the things like that. So the catcher over here is bench, and he's a 1. So that'd be -4. So stealing would be 1 to 12 if I'm holding him on. And I will hold him, and we're going to send him. I'm aggressive. We're going to send him. So Valentine's going to go 1 to 12. There we go, right? Is that right? Stealing A. No, hang on. Stealing A. 1 to 50, 1 to 13. So he's a 1 to 13. Oh, wait, no, -4. There's a 1 to 11. No, we're not going to go. 1 to 11, we're not going to go. I keep getting the stealing and the running confused. He's stealing A. So A's 1 to 15. But if I hold him, then it's 1 to 11. So he's not going to go, but we are going to hold him, which means, right? Which means if I have any pluses on my card here, right? It's going to be a single 2 bases because I'm holding a runner. So that is that. Yeah, Barbara's doing well. She's seen her picture today with the sunglasses. It was a beautiful day where she is, and she had the sunglasses ripping, and she looked like the Terminator. I'll be back. It was sunny over here, too, although there's too many fires over here. We got a lot of fires over here right now. That's all you smell when you go outside is smoke. It's just so dry. We have not had any rain in quite some time. And it's unusual for us. All right, so let me see. So Valentine's on first. And this is Unser, who's got a home run. And Unser is going to get a 2, and a 9. And this time, Nolan struck him out. So we get 2 away here. 2 away. Got windy and cold. Yeah, got windy over here today, too, which is not good when you're having brush fires. That is not good. And so we had a lot of wind today, too. I was inside most of the day, inside a cold rink. And we have a 4 off the pitcher card this time, and a 3. Fly ball, left field X. Boy, I've gotten a lot of X's in this game. So fly ball, left field X. So Parrish hits this to Foster, who's a 2-19, and he is out on the fly ball. And that'll do it. And they got no hits, no runs. And so we go to the bottom of the 6th. And it's going to be Montreal pitching here. We'll just slide that guy off to the side. And, oh, look at this. You guys get to see Pete Rose come to the plate. There is Pete Rose right here. Oh, there he is. Yeah, I can't get a really good look here. Right about there's the sweet spot for this camera. So, again, it's a high view tonight. You guys just kind of watching me play, and we're all here just having fun, I hope. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, no, wait a second. No, it's the pitcher. The pitcher is up, actually. So we got to get the pitcher hitting card, which is this one right here. So it's going to be Gary Nolan hitting. And we're going to let him hit because we're in the top of the 6th, and he's been doing okay. He's only given up 5 hits and 3 runs. So here we go. And sweet as Jeff coming by. Hi, Jeff. Oh, by the way, I had Mike get a hold of me tonight, and he said that he heard from the hotel. We have the code for the hotel and a few more details on that. So once I square up with him this weekend, we will update digitaltodicecon.com, and we'll have more information on the May event in Connecticut. So, yeah, so it's kind of coming along. I'm happy about that. All right, so off the pitcher card. No, it's going to be over here. We got a 4, 5. Oh, no! Oh, man, he almost hit a home run. How funny would that have been if the pitcher hit a home run? 1-4, it's a home run. Fly ball to right with a 6. Almost a home run. So Gary Nolan going deep into right field, but Unser comes over and makes the catch. Fly ball into right field, but he hit that a ton. And the Reds fans were up on the edge of their seats, you know. Kevin comes by. Hi, Kevin. He says he loves Strat Basic. Yeah, so do I. And that's why I'm doing Basic with this project. I just want something I can play quickly and easily. No muss, no fuss. I have played Advanced. Not Super. I have played Advanced. I've done okay with it, but the Basic flows for me, and I just want something fun and simple. That's what I want to do. And Jeff says he likes to see some Strat here on the table. Yep, and Kevin's loving lots of games right now. Yeah, me too. Me too. All right, so now you're going to see Pete Rose. So Pete Rose is struck out and walked. So Rose against Rogers. Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. 5-8. And he struck out again. He took a big cut and got absolutely nothing. And so it's going to be Ken Griffey coming up, who's grounded out and popped out. So, boy, the Reds batters have been silent here, even though it's the 1 versus 24 matchup. It's the first matchup of our series. 5-8, and he struck him out. 1, 2, and 3. Down go the Reds. Out go the lights. And so we're going to move into the top of the 7th. And Steve Rogers still showing a no-hitter. It's been 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, except for an error and a walk. Everything's been 1, 2, 3. Not impressed with the Reds. All right, so now we have Tim Foley here leading things off in the 7th against Gary Nolan. And we have a 2-10. Popped it up to third base. And P5, and there's going to be Rose making the catch. 1 away. The Pantera Walk. Walk is a song by Pantera. It's one of their biggest songs, actually. I think it's either their top song or their second top song. It's a song called Walk, and it's a very hard, aggressive song, and I really love it. And so when I get the walk, that's kind of how the song starts. So I have the Pantera Walk. That's just something to do. P-Jet coming by. What's going on, bud? How's the P-Jet doing? Barry Foote, he's the catcher. And Barry's going to get a 5 and a 5. That's a fly ball into center field. And that's going to be Geronimo making the catch. And we got 2 away. And now we got the pitcher hitting card. So we're going to send Steve Rogers up with hitting card number 2. And what has he done? Struck out and grounded out. So with 2 outs, we're going to get a 4 and an 8. And, he singles on 1 to 8, and he lined it out. Lined it right at the third base. And rose with a stab. And down they go. So we are headed now. So there's no runs, no hits, no errors. We're going to go to the bottom of the 7th. And it's still 3-0 Expos. All the runs coming in the first inning, which was yesterday. As mentioned, I started this yesterday. Jeff says he was always an APA guy. Replays a medium-level APA. I think APA Basic is the easiest of all the games. Out of every single game, APA Basic is the easiest. That's why I enjoy it. I'm only playing the Strat here because I like the Strat Basic. I think it's a little more difficult. It's not hard, but it's just a little more difficult than the APA. And it just gives me a chance to play my Strat cards. And something a little bit different, But Jeff says Replays now is his go-to game. I thought Replay was a pretty difficult game, all things considering. I had a hard time with it. I tried to play the cards and dice version. I had a hard time with it. I got frustrated with it, so I didn't play it anymore. Morgan coming up now. Joe Morgan. He's been the only man on base, really. He got an error into left field, and he ends up on second and did nothing way back in the day. As Eves comes by. Good to see you, Eves. I hope it's pronounced Eves. I got a friend of mine like that, and he calls it Eves, so I'm hoping it's Eves. So we got Joe Morgan coming up, bottom of the 7th. It is 3-0 Expos, and this is my 1 versus 24 matchup from 1976, best of 3. And then I'll be playing 2 versus 23 and 3 versus 22 in the whole bit. So we got 12 rounds. We're going to eliminate 12 teams in the first round. And I just wonder if the Reds are going to go down, if my top seed is going to be out. So I have a 4 and a 6. Triple on a 1 to 3. Single 2 bases on a 7. So Morgan will single, and that's the first hit of the game for the Reds. And Morgan is on. His stealing is AA. So he's a 1 to 17. The catcher is Foote with a 2. So it'll be a 1 to 14. Now we're down by 3. So I don't think we're going to be stealing right here. There's no sense in gambling down by 3. We need all the base runs we can. So Morgan is not going to steal. All righty. So we are going to hold him. So he's being held. So if I get a plus, it's going to be extra bases. So I want to clarify that, even just for myself. So here we go. We got a 3 and a 5. And George Foster with a big cut, and he struck him out. So Foster goes down, and there's 1 away with Morgan on first. And Jeff says, Kevin seems to be payoff pitch and replay are pretty similar. Your thoughts? I think they're kind of similar, so to speak. Gandalf comes by. He's headed to the rink with his grandson. Well, now, where you headed? Is it his game? Are you going to see a game? What's going on? And I'll be on for a little bit, maybe not too long tonight. Again, I have to work tomorrow, and I'm broadcasting some more junior hockey games tomorrow and Sunday. That's been fun. I've been getting really good at it. The more you do, the better you get. And Kevin says, thanks for explaining the Pantera Walk. You seeing them in concert in May. They're open for Metallica in Nashville. Yes. I almost went to see them, but I'm not a big fan of the stadium tours. I'd rather see them at, like, the Boston Garden or something like that, because the stadium tours are just too big. We saw Rammstein up here, and we were so far away, we couldn't even see them. It was just like, It was fine, but I wouldn't do it again. But, yeah, that's the Pantera Walk, you know. This is 76, Jeff, and what I'm doing is I'm playing every single team in a playoff format just so I can play every team. So, Johnny Bench coming up. Bench is grounded out and struck out. 1 away, man on first. I got a 1-10. Oh, and he gets the Pantera Walk. So we got Morgan on second, bench on first, and it's going to be Tony Perez. So Rogers here in a jam. He gives up his first hit, and he walks him in, and so we're not going to hold anybody now. So it's going to be first and second, one away for Perez. Expos up by 3. The 24 seed trying to hang on in game 1. And we got a 4-6. Oh, man! Off the pitcher card. That's a single, 2 bases. And so Perez comes through. So Morgan, 1-2, will score. Bench to third. And Perez to first. And it's 3-1. And the Reds have finally got a couple of hits off of Rogers. And they finally score a run. So it's 3-1 now. First and third for Geronimo. He struck out and popped out to left field. Here we go. A 3-5. Struck him out. So there's 2 away now. That's a big K. Rogers trying to get out of this without any more damage. It's going to be Concepcion. Davey struck out twice. Here comes a big one here. Big at bat in the bottom of the 7th. First and third, 2 out, 3-1. Expos over the Reds. A 6-5. Strike him out. 3 strikeouts in the inning, but they do get 1. So they get 2 hits, and they got a run. And right now, it's 3-1 Reds as we go to the top of the 8th. 3-1 Expos, I said. 3-1 Expos. So Gary Nolan still on the mound here in the 8th. And I'm just kind of playing pitches by ear. So any of you baseball people, don't be mad. This is just a Dave Fun project. This is just getting my cards on the table is what it is. Cutter Historical comes by. There are no extra points to miss tonight. By the way, there's no extra points. Oh, let me just open my window here. The lights are getting hot down here again. I always forget that. Luckily, my window's right here, and I have a headset on, so I can just kind of come over here and do that. And Michael comes by. Michael, good to see you here. We got to chat at some point next week so I can update the webpage with all the information for Digital to Dice Con 25. Glad to see that we got the hotel thing kind of working on. And I think if I read the email correctly, there will be plenty of rectangular tables, right? Because I think that'll work better. You know, like the banquet tables, so you could sit across from somebody and not have this big round table where you're kind of next to somebody, but you're at an angle, and then the people across the table are far away. So I thought the rectangular ones would work better, and then maybe put some round ones in the middle for open gaming or something. I don't know. Just this is what I thought. But I mean, if you come up with something too, let me know. Barbara has a long cord on her head so she can walk downtown and get the mail. That's kind of cool. All right, top of the 8th. And we have the leadoff man, Jerry White, who's grounded out twice and walked. So here we go. Gary Nolan still on the mound for Cincinnati. He's given up 5 hits and 3 runs, so we're going to leave him in just for a little bit. He won't be due up to hit until next inning, so he'll be coming out anyway. I see. Oh, they got 24 rectangular tables available? Okay, perfect. Then we're all set. We're all set. I need to come up with some signs. There was someone that was offering to make some table signs, so I need to find out exactly who's coming and see if he'll do that for us. So I'll have to dig through the email and see who that was, but that should be kind of fun. All right, Jerry White is up, top of the order. I got a 3 and a 2. Ground ball down the shortstop, and so we have 1 away as it's an easy play by Concepcion. Wayne Garrett coming up. He is doubled in this game and then grounded out twice to third. Here we go. So we have a 1-3, and it's ground ball right back to the mound. So Nolan scoops that up and is 2 away in the Expos 8th. Mike Jorgensen, not a Sonny Jorgensen, but a Mike Jorgensen. Now he's 2 for 3 with a double and a single. So he's had Nolan's number here. So here we go. And a 6 and a 4. And, oh man, Catcher's Card X. I have a hard time with Catcher's Card X. So somehow here, bench is involved in here. So a 1-1. And he struck him out. So Jorgensen goes down swinging. And we go to the bottom of the eighth, and it's 3-1 Expos. So it's getting to be crunch time here. So Steve Rogers will remain on the mound, throwing a two-hitter. And Gary Nolan is done because he's coming up to hit. So he's coming out. So Gary Nolan is done. And so I need a pinch hitter, and then I need a reliever. And so what I want to do is I'm going to go to, there's my buddy over here. He's sniffing for food ever since he went on all that medication. All he wants is food. So I'm going to go to Baseball Reference here and look at the Reds and see who they usually bring in for pinch hitters and things like that. So 76. You know, I might even go to the World Series and see what they did. So it looks like Pedro Borbon is a reliever. And pinch hitters, well, they haven't done any pinch hitting yet. Oh, they had a DH, that's why, in New York. Well, let me come over here. I just want to see who I might use for a pinch hitter. Raleigh Eastwick or Doug Flynn. All right, so Eastwick or Flynn, and Borbon will be the pitcher. How about that? So let me see if I can dig out somebody here for the Reds. So let's see who I have here. I do have Flynn. I didn't have the other guy, I don't think. I forget who it was now. So we're going to have Doug Flynn come in, and he's going to hit, and then Pedro Borbon will come in as my relief. That's the plan right now. Alrighty, so Nolan goes 8 and gives up 5 hits. And that's all I really need right now. If I need to do anything else, I will. So in the bottom of the 8th, and we're going to have our pitcher hit guy come in. It's going to be Flynn. All right, Flynn's going to pinch hit against Rogers. And that's what we're going to do. And Borbon is going to be the pitcher coming in the 9th inning. All right, so here we go. As Glenn comes by. Hi, Glenn. And Enzo the picker. Eastwick was good. What year? This is 76. I don't even know if I have Eastwick. Did I have Eastwick here? Oh, these are pitcher cards. Sorry. Oh, let me see if I put them in here by mistake. No, I don't think so. Like I said, this is no, I don't have Eastwick. So again, this is just what I'm using for the strat cards that were sent to me. 76. So I don't have Eastwick. Now, if I got these with Apper, I might have them, or payoff pitch because I'd have everybody. But all right, we're gonna go with Flynn. This is 19. He had 22 saves. Okay. Oh, who was the other hitter that I had here? Yeah, Raleigh. Oh, Eastwick was the pitcher. I'm sorry. Yep, he was the pitcher coming in. So I am gonna hit Flynn. All right, so I was okay with that. All right, so let's get this going back here. I was a little messed up here because I was looking at the lineup. So he pinch hit. It was a pitcher. They did a double swap. I don't know how that goes. You know. Swedish Jeff has been watching some wrestling. That gets dangerous, you know, because you go down that rabbit hole, and that's all you do is watch wrestling. I know I did. All right, so we're going to have Doug Flynn coming up, leading off the bottom of the 8th. It is 3-1 in Game 1. The last place Expos trying to upset the Reds. This is Game 1, Philip. This is the 1 seed and the 24 seed going at it here, and it's not looking good right now. As there's a 2-run home run by Unser in the first, capped off a 3-hit 3-run inning, and that's where we stand. All right, so Doug Flynn, we got a 6 and a 2 fly ball into right field, and coming over to make the catch is Unser, and Flynn is done. So the pinch hitter didn't really work out too well. And so now we're going to go to the top of the lineup, and it's going to be Pete Rose. Rose walked and struck out twice. So here is Pete Rose in the 8th. Steve Rogers throwing a dim-diddle-diddle-dilly. A 6-5. Struck him out. Rogers on fire. Strikes out Rose for the 3rd time, and Pete is slamming his bat. Charlie Hustle is not happy about this. And now we get Ken Griffey. He's 0 for 3. Everybody's 0 for 3. No, it's a best of 3. Phil, I'm going to do a best of 3. I thought 1 and done, but I'm going to do a best of 3. I want to give everybody a chance. So I got a 2 and a 7. Ground ball to 3rd. And that'll do it in the 8th. So, Rogers getting it done. And we go now to the top of the 9th. Pedro Borbon will come in relief. 3-1 is our score. So, Ellis Valentine will hit here. He is 1 for 2 with a walk, and that single drove in a run. The Expos closer, was it Stanhouse? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'll bring him in if I have to. I might even say that here. That's a good idea to go check out, right? So the Montreal Expos. Let's click on those Expos. Let's go to pitching. Dale Murray looks like he was the closer. So maybe we'll bring him in. Let's see how it goes. If I need to. But right now, 2-hitter. I'm keeping Rogers in. I forget if I rolled, so we're gonna do it again here. So Valentine's gonna lead it off. And I don't know if I rolled, so I didn't even look, so I'm not cheating here because I was looking at something else. Valentine, a 4 and a 5, and that's a ground ball down to 2nd. And so easily picking that one up is Morgan and is 1 away. Del Unser, who right now is the hero with that first inning home run, going up against Pedro Borbon. A 2-9. Struck him out. So Unser with a couple of Ks today, but he's still the hero. And now we have Larry Parrish. Larry Parrish, a 4-7. And he's going to get a single, so we're not out of this yet. We're not out of the woods yet. So Parrish is on with a single, and that brings up Tim Foley. Foley with a man on first. Here we go. And I got a 1-10. Oh, no! That's a single, 2 bases. So Foley singles, and that's going to send Parrish to 3rd. So with 2 outs, back-to-back singles, and Barry Foote has a chance to drive in some insurance runs here. Here we go. And Jeff likes the old Strat basic cards. Yeah, I do too. I mean, it's got the other side if I need it, but this it's easier for me. It's just easier. That's what I wanted to do on this project, So here we go. Barry Foote, the catcher. Foote, 5 and a 6. Fly ball in the left field. And that'll do it, as coming over is Foster. So he gets out of the jam. So 2 hits in that inning. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Last chance saloon, as Ron would say. So Steve Rogers comes in for the Expos. And leading things off is Joe Morgan. The Reds down to their final 3 outs here at home in Game 1. Here we go. I got a 5 and a 6. Struck him out. Rogers throwing the heat. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 strikeouts for Rogers. Oh, it's Mr. Rogers' neighborhood today, that's for sure. George Foster, 0 for 3. Here he comes. A 2 and a 9. And this is gone. 2-9-17 is a home run. And Foster makes this a 1-run game. Oh, man, so now we got to think about going to the pen and getting our closer, who we said was Dale Murray. So Rogers will come out. He goes 9 1/3. He gives up 3 hits, and he had 12 strikeouts, and he gives up 2 runs. Oh, boy. And so Rogers goes strong, but now they're in a jam. And so let's see here. We got, what did we say? It was Dale Murray. Dale Murray. Do I have Dale Murray? Dale Murray. Woody Fryman. Chip Lang. Dale Murray. All right, so in comes our closer, Dale Murray. So Johnny Bench coming up. 0 for 2 with a walk. It is 3-2. Murray comes in. He needs 2 outs, and the Expos will upset the Reds in game 1. A 5 and a 10. Catcher's card X. So my catcher is Foot, so I got a 2-18. Roll 20-sided die again. 13. A pass ball followed by a foul out. So ball gets by him, and Bench will pop it out to the catcher. So we're going to go P2, and he gets it done. So Dale Murray, here it is. It's 1 run or 1 out. That's going to decide what happens here. It is 3-2, bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, and Tony Perez, who's 1 for 3 with a single. Whew, here we go. Do you like drama? Here it is. Game 1 drama. Murray to Perez. A 4-5. Lines it right down to first base. Jorgensen with a stab. Game over. And the Expos have taken game 1. Right? Well, L3, if it matters. And they get 1 run, and that is that. So it's a 3-2 win for the Expos in game 1 in Cincinnati. And they have a chance to close it out at home. So the final line, Expos with 7 hits. So 3, 7, and 1. And the Reds with 2, 3. They only get 3 hits. And they didn't make any errors, I don't think. No errors. And that is game 1 in the books. All righty, so what we're going to do here, let's see how they do in game 2. And again, you guys don't have to stick around, but I just figured I'd throw the camera on and come on tonight and say hi. So I'm going to set up game 2, and we'll roll game 2 here. I was supposed to play the end of game 1 today, and I didn't do that. Let's see, hang on 1 second here. I needed to grab my Rip Bear. All right, so game 2. And it's going to be the Reds at the Expos. And we're going to keep the same lineup except for the pitchers. So I got third base 3, Rose. Right field 3, Griffey. Second base 2, Morgan. And then left fielder 2, Foster. The catcher, Bench, he's a 1. First base, Perez is a 2. Center fielder Geronimo is a 1. And the shortstop at a 2 is Davy Concepcion. And then we have our pitcher, who I will determine in a second. So this is the Reds. This is the Reds. This is the Expos. And this is the Expos. All right, for the Expos, we're going to keep the same lineup. And we're going to go left field 3, White. And then second base is 3's probably bad, I would imagine. If they're in last place, 3's are probably not good, right? For fielders. First base, 2, Jorgensen. Center fielder 3, Valentine. Right field 2, Unser. Third base 4, Parrish. Well, that's pretty bad, a 4, right? Shortstop 2, Foley. I always like Foley. Catcher 2, Foot. And we'll determine our pitcher. Okay, so that's where we have it right now. So here's our game 1. We'll put game 1 over here. And now let's see who we got here. So here's my Reds. We need to swap this up here, right? Because now we're in Montreal and Cincinnati is the guest. So we want Rose on top. So Rose is going to be hitting first. Montreal pitcher over here. And we'll get, oh, it's already in order. White, Garrett, and everybody else. Okay. So let's see who our pitchers are going to be. All right. Let's see who our pitchers are going to be. So, and Thomas comes by. Yeah, Pete Rose. Yeah, it's always fun playing Rose. How am I deciding the pitchers? I am just going to the web page and looking at team pitching and see who's got the most starts. And so we had Woody Fryman now. Will be pitching because it was Rogers and Fryman with 32 starts. So that's all I'm doing is going with who started. And I figured those are the guys that pitched the most. So I had Freeman and now Woody Fryman. There he is. Woody Fryman. I don't remember Woody Fryman. Then again, I don't remember a lot of the Expos. So our pitcher here is going to be Fryman. Let's see if he's going to be the man or not. Fryman batting 1. So we need batting card number 1. Where is batting card number 1? Oh, right here. We'll take this one. So he'll be batting card number 1. And for the Reds, let's see who they're going to be throwing out here for pitching. So Cincinnati. And so they had Nolan. And Zachary is, no, game started is Billingham. So Billingham is going to be the pitcher for the Reds because he had the second most starts with 29. That's kind of how I'm going to do it. Boy, look at all the pitchers they got. So here's Billingham. And he is a batter 4. So I need to find batter 4. Okay, so we have batter hitting card 1 and hitting card 4. So this is what we got. And we said it was going to be Billingham. Okay. And here we go. So it's game 2. Reds and the Expos. Expos looking to clinch it and steal this series from the Reds. And we'll see how this goes. And Jeff's going to play some APBA tonight. Nice, nice. I'm just trying to play something a little different, that's all. You know, it's the best out of 3 here, so. And Fenner's working tonight. He's going to play some APBA when he gets home. A lot of people playing some APBA tonight. I am this close to pulling the trigger on 1977 APBA baseball. And probably 85 football. Again, the extra games I worked this week is going to let me get a couple of seasons. And so I think I might pull the trigger on those. at some point. I got to find the time. I don't have the time to even order the stuff. All right, so let's go. Rose and Woody Fryman, right? Here we go. As we're here in Montreal now at the, was it the Expo Center or something like that? So let's see what we can do. Yeah, 1977 football. So that'll be on my list of things to do. I have 76 and 78, so 77 will be down the line. 85 is one that's good. So that way I'll have a 60s set. I'll have some early 70s, mid 70s, late 70s. Do I have 80 or 80? I have 81, so 85 will get me up to the mid 80s. So I'm kind of doing pretty well with some of the seasons there. 77 I'll pick off at some point. Pete Rose will lead it off with a 110 ground ball down to third base, and Parrish comes up with that one, and there's one away for the Reds. And again, I at some point I'll set up my my Al Wilson board here with the scores and a whole bit. But tonight, just kind of hanging out. I didn't want to do the whole setup. It would take me a while to set it up and play, so I'd rather just play. And I just thought I'd invite you along. So many players here that played for both of these teams. Yeah, Rose Perez, Dreisen, Gullickson. Yep, that's kind of funny, huh? So I don't know what year was what, but here we are. So Ken Griffey, a 2 and a 10. He's going to single because he likes to mingle. So the Reds got a man on. Stealing A. The catcher's a 2. So if I wanted to steal, I would have to subtract 3 and be 1 to 12. What do we think? 1 to 12. We're going to go. Early in the game, we're going to go. 1 out, man on. Griffey's going to go. 1 to 12. And he's in there. He gets a stolen base. So Griffey with a stolen base, and he's on second now, so he's in scoring position for Morgan. So a little bit of speed ball here. Joe Morgan, they're trying to get to Fryman early. They're trying to get to him. Off the batter card again, a 2-5. And, he lined it out. Oh, man, 1 to 9's a single. Lines it out to second base, and that's a nice stab by Garrett to save a run. So he lined it out right at second base. Morgan almost driving in the run. And Griffey dives back to second base. So now we got the cleanup hitter, George Foster. Here we go. George Foster, a 4-12, grounded it right back to the mound. And so they're going to leave the man stranded. So they get one hit. They leave him on. And we're going to go to the bottom of the first. And it's absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. So now we're going to take a look at Billingham, who's on the mound. And Jack Billingham, there's his card right there. All righty. And we got Jerry White leading it off. And again, I just went with this. So whatever Strat sent me, you know how it says most frequent lineup, that's all I'm using. Just in case anybody asks, because I don't really know all the teams and all the players that well, so that's what I went with. The idea was to make this simple, fun, and smooth. And so far, that's what it's been. All right, so what do we got now? White. Jerry White coming up. And I got a 5 and a 5. Struck him out. Billingham throwing some smoke here. And is one away. We have Wayne Garrett now. Wayne Garrett. Sounds like a guy from a Saturday Night Live skit, right? 3, 7. And he gets the Pantera walk. So Billingham trying to paint the corners. Couldn't get it done. His stealing is C, so he ain't going anywhere. Mike Jorgensen coming up. And Swedish Jeff says he needs to get 85 out of football going. Yeah, I need to pick that up. I think that's going to be my buy. I thought about 81 or 77. But I think it's going to be 85. I want that Bears team. I want that Patriots team. I think that's just going to be a fun time for me. That was a big year for us up here, even though we got beat up pretty good. But all right, so we are holding Garrett on, by the way. Oh wait, he's a C. Yeah, we're gonna hold him on. Jorgensen on a 2-8, and this one is gone. 2-8, 1 to 6, a home run. I got a 3. That's a 3. And this is gone. So again, the Expos strike with the long ball in the early inning, and it's 2-0 Expos, and the crowd here they're going crazy. 2-0, eh? 2-0, eh? If Larry Lintz is on the Expos, a good base steal. I will check that right now. I don't think so. They don't have a ton of guys here. No. Oh, Gary Carter's on my bench, though. Yeah, no, they don't have him. And that is out of here. You are correct. And just like that, the Expos are up 2-0. So Valentine comes out one away. The bases are absolutely empty. And we have a 5 and a 5, and Billingham strikes him out. So he comes back with a heater. And now it's Unser. And Unser was the one that homered in game 1 in the first inning that drove in a couple of runs. So let's see what he does here. Billingham delivers a 3 and a 5, and he's going to smack this down the line. Are you kidding me? 3 and a 5, and Unser's going to triple. Woohoo! So Unser with a home run in the first inning last night, the game before, and now a triple here. So he's on third base, and Larry Parrish coming up. Anything in the outfield will score him. 2 away. So Billingham in some trouble already. Larry Parrish, a 3-7 fly ball into left field. But coming over to make that catch is Foster. So they'll get 2 hits. They'll get 2 runs. And after 1, it's 2 to absolutely nothing for the Expos. And this crowd here is delighted. See how delighted they are? They're so delighted. All righty, let's see if they can make this last. How funny would this be if the number 1 seed in my everyone makes the playoff pool is out of here? And Glenn's heading out. Yeah, like I say, this will be up on YouTube later if you want to check out to see what happened. But it's fun. Again, this is just Dave playing some baseball. All right, so we got Johnny Bench. Look at that lineup for the Reds, will you? I got a 2 and I got a 4, and he gets the Pantera walk. So the leadoff man is on, and he's not going to steal. And Tony Perez. I think we're going to bunt. We're going to try to sacrifice. I'm a sacrificer. All righty, so Perez is going to try to bunt him over because we need to get a runner in scoring position. So here we go. Again, using the basic 4. That's going to be a good sacrifice. So he lays it down, and Bench goes to second. So Perez is out by the pitcher, and so he gets the job done. So with 1 away, we have Geronimo coming up. Cesar Geronimo with a runner on second. Here we go. And a 1-6. That's a single. Now, Bench running is 1-12. I think we send him. I mean, you're down in the series. Geronimo hits the single. It's a straight-up single. We're going to send him. 1-12. So Bench is going to come around the base. Running is 1-12. Here comes Bench around third to try to get the Reds on the board. 1-12. Here comes the throw. He is out with a 20. It's a 20, and he is gunned down at the plate. I'm going to put a big out right there. So Geronimo with a single, and Bench is out trying to score. That's pretty fun, actually. So Concepcion comes out with Geronimo sitting at first base. Well, they almost pulled it off. They got the walk, the sacrifice bunt, and the single. But Bench was a little slow coming around third base. And I don't know who threw him out. I don't have the decide or die for that. Just said single. So somebody in the outfield. How about White, the left fielder? I don't know. That's fine. All right, Concepcion coming up now with a man on first and 2 away. And Woody Fryman is a 5-8, and that's a fly ball in the left. White will make the catch, and that is that. So they get a hit. and they get thrown out at the plate. And so Woody Fryman gets out of that unscathed. So we're going to go to the bottom of the first. 2-0 Expos here in Game 2. They can clinch this series with a win. And if that happens, we'll start off our project with the top seed out. I think they were the top seed. They better be. Because otherwise they're going to look pretty dumb. Yeah, the Reds were number 1. Yeah, 102 wins. And they won all the way in 76. All right, let's continue on here. And it's going to be Billingham facing Foley in the first at-bat for Foley here in the second. I got a 2, and I got a 10. Popped it out to third base. And that's going to be Rose over there. He makes the catch right on the line. Barry Foote will come up. I got a 1 and an 8. Pumped it out to second. P4. Not that it matters, but he popped it out. And so now we're going to have the pitcher over here. And it's going to be Woody Fryman using the 1 card. And 3-5. Ground ball to short. And that's scooped up by Concepcion. So it's a 1-2-3 inning over here. So no runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the top of the third. Still 2-0 for the Expos. It's going to be the pitcher actually leading things off. So it's going to be Jack Billingham's going to lead things off with the number 4 card. And it's going to be a 5-7. Ground ball down to second base. X. And so it's going to be hit to Morgan. No. Hit to Garrett, 3. I got a 3-10 at second base. A 3-10, and it's a 1-base error. So that's booted by Garrett down there at second base. So Billingham is on with the E4. Oh, so that's going to lead Pete Rose up here with a man on first. We're going to let Rose hit. And we get a 5-3. And he gets the Pantera walk. Holy smokes. So, Billingham down to second, Rose to first. There's nobody out. And Ken Griffey coming up. So, Woody Fryman's in some trouble here, leading by 2. Top of the third. A 5-7. Ground ball, second base, X. Oh, no. Garrett mishandled the last one. What's he going to do here? 3-13. Out 1. And 3-13. Yeah, so the only play is to first base. So he makes the play. So Griffey hits it down to second. So we're going to go G4, but everybody moves up a base. So we have second and third with 1 away to Joe Morgan. So Fryman trying to get a strikeout here. There's not many strikeouts on these cards, though, let me tell you. Like, none. I don't think I see a strikeout. 6-10. Fly ball center field X. All righty, fly ball center field X. So our center fielder is Valentine with a 3. A 3 and a 4. Safe at second on an error. 2 bases. And Valentine cannot come up with the ball. And everybody will score. Look at that. So it's going to be an E8. He's going to end up at second. Billingham scores. Rose scores. We're tied at 2 on the error in center field. So Morgan is on. If I did that correctly. Hopefully I did. Hopefully I did. And so now it's Foster. So a man on second with still one away here in the third. A 2-11. He's going to single. Morgan, 1-17, is going to try to come home. Morgan. Oh, he's in there. So the single for Foster. Morgan scores, and it's now 3-2 as the Reds put 3 across here in the third. So Fryman getting lit up. Boy, that error didn't help. That was like the Yankees, huh? So Johnny Bench coming up, still just one away. Man on first. And I got a 5 and a 7. Ground ball, second base, X. Boy, there's more X checks here. No one can come up with a... Oh, Garrett, who's already got an error. He's a 3-10. 3-10. And he makes another error. And it's a one-base error, E4. So 2 errors in this inning by Garrett. And so we might think about replacing him. 3 errors in this inning. Hello, Yankees. 3 errors. 3 X checks, and they've all been errors. How about that, folks? How about that? It must be the root beer. As soon as I got the zero sugar root beer, this game went right into the Reds' favor. So the Reds got 3 runs in to take the lead, and they have first and second, and there's still one away. And it's going to be Perez. I got a 2-7, and he walked the bases loaded. All righty, so the bases are loaded. They're warming up now in the Montreal pen. Cesar Geronimo coming up. And who started this inning? That was the pitcher here. So the pitcher started the inning. Right? Just so I know. I have my own way of doing my score sheet, don't ask. Geronimo coming up. Bases loaded for the Reds. Fryman trying to get out of this jam. I got a 2 and a 4. Fly ball center field B. And that'll get a run home. So fly ball center field, that'll get a run home. And Foster will score. And it's now 4-2 for the Reds. And now there's 2 away. So it's Concepcion. He's the 9th batter of the inning. But they do have 2 away now. And I got a 2 and an 8 ground ball to the shortstop. And this guy, Foley, will make the play. And that'll do it. But they'll get, wow, 1 hit. 1 hit and 4 runs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. 3 errors in that inning. Wow. And so the Expos had a 2-0 lead, and that has been gone and dead and buried. And so Fryman not having a good outing here. But again, that's the guy I went with. So here we go. It's going to be top of the order here for the Expos, Jerry White against Billingham in the bottom of the third. 6 and a 5. Ground ball, shortstop, X. Wow, look at all these X factors. I got a 2 and a 1, and that's going to be a single. So that gets by Concepcion, and White is on, and the Expos are starting their rally here in this magical third inning. Is he going to go anywhere? Stealing B? Probably not. Down 4-2. Do I bunt? Yeah, I'm going to bunt. That's what I like to do, so we're going to bunt. Here comes the sacrifice. An 8, and down to first base, and he gets the sacrifice. So he's going to sacrifice the man down to second, so he's in scoring position. So with 1 away, Mike Jorgensen comes up as the Expos try to chip away at the Reds' lead. Jorgensen, all he's done today is home run. Hit a home run. A 4. 5. Struck him out. And now there's 2 away for Valentine. Let's see what Valentine can do. Can he get the Expos back into this game? A 1-3. Ground ball to short. Concepcion ends the inning. So they get a man on first. They leave him stranded. And we go to the 4th with the Reds leading this one 4-2. And coming up is the pitcher again, Billingham. And remember, he got on base on an error. So I'm going to be using that card right there. A 1-5 single. Billingham's on base for the second time today. So he will single, and that's going to send Pete Rose to the plate. Now, what happened last time? He got on with an error. Rose walked, and that set up the 4-run inning. Oh, so man, we might have to. Fryman's going to be on a short leash right now. Very short leash. 3-11. Ground ball to first base, B. If there's a runner on first, batter is safe. If no runners are forced, runners hold. If one or more runners are forced, runner on first is out. Okay, so it's going to be a fielder's choice. Taster's choice. All right, so they go to second, and they'll get the pitcher going to second. So we have man on first, 1 away for Griffey. A 6-6, and that's going to be a single 2 bases. And so Rose heads to third, Griffey to first, and I think that's going to be it for Woody Fryman. The Woody Fryman Experience. It sounds like a bad album, and it is. All right, so let me go to my Expos here and who they're going to go with for relief. So it looks like it's going to be Joe Kerrigan is going to be my relief. Joe Kerrigan, just because he had the most. All righty. Do I have a Joe Kerrigan? I hope so. Boy, Rogers pitched so good in that first game, and now they're screwing it up here. Now, these are the 76 cards, here's Joe Kerrigan, that are really thin, so I'm not really a big fan of these. And I think they went back to the thicker cards after this because they received a lot of flack, because these are wicked thin. You can still play with them, but they're just, yuck. All righty, so Fryman goes 3 1/3. That's all he goes. And now we have Kerrigan coming in here in the 4th. So Joe Kerrigan on the mound in relief, trying to stop the bleeding. So we have first and third. We have Rose at third and Griffey at first, and it's Joe Morgan. So we have 1 away. A 3, a 4, and see you later. Morgan sends this out. That's the first home run here for the Reds. And 3 more runs will score. Rose scores, Griffey scores, Morgan scores, and that's a home run. And it's now 7-2. So I guess the better team will win the series, right? Yes, they will. All righty, so now we got Foster, still just 1 away. Just 1 away for Foster. 4-8, and he pops it out to third base. So pop out to 5. So now we got 2 away. Joshua comes by from Vancouver, home of the Vancouver Canucks and the Vancouver Voodoo of the RHI. Johnny Bench coming up here with the bases empty and 2 away. A 1-10, and he gets a walk. Boy, they're going to pitch around. They're going to bat around the order again, aren't they? So Bench goes to first, and it's going to be Perez. For Bench, that's his second walk of the game. Perez, a 3-12 fly ball into left field, plus an injury. I'm not going to play injuries. So it's just going to be a fly ball, and that is that. So they get 1, 2, they get 3 hits. Oh, how many hits did he give up? Fryman gave up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He gave up 5 hits. And so they get 1, 2, 3 more runs. It is 7-2. And that's where we stand. Dominic comes by. Hi, Dominic. Just playing a little bit of Strat baseball tonight. Little tournament I got going here that I'll play from time to time. It's the best and the worst kind of going at it right now. Expos took game 1, though. But here it's all Reds. It's 7-2. So Del Unser will start things off here in the 4th. And we have a 6-8, and it's going to be a pop out to third base. Rose makes the catch. 1 away. So after those 2 runs in the first inning there, Jack Billingham has really settled down. And we got a 2 and a 10. And that's going to be a line drive right at second base. Morgan with that one. And quickly it is 2 away, and the boos start raining down here at Expo Stadium, you know. And we have a 5 and a 3. And that'll be a ground ball back to the mound, X. So Billingham is a 3 with a 2. And it's going to be a single. So this gets right by the pitcher. So with 2 away, Foley singles. And he's on base as East Carolina Boys comes by. Says he likes the night videos, very relaxing after long days. Yeah, aren't they fun just to kind of chill out and play? And that's what I like to do, is just kind of have some fun with them. But I appreciate the kind words there. There's other people I listen to on YouTube too. I'll go to bed tonight and I'll listen to somebody, just kind of relax. I used to listen to games on the radio when I was a kid. Now I go to YouTube to see if anybody's playing. So we got Barry Foote, the catcher. He popped up. So we got a man on first base with 2 away. Can Barry Foote get anything going here? I got a 4 and a 10. Ground ball third base, X. So this is hit down the Rose. A 3, 20, and he's going to be out. So he hits it down the third, G5, and Rose will make the play, and that'll do it. So they get 1 hit. They've got 4 now, but they get absolutely nothing for runs. So Joe Kerrigan, who came in relief in that 4th inning, is back on the mound, and he'll be facing Cesar Geronimo here in the 5th. 6-5. Wow, ground ball short, X. And, boy, a lot of X checks. So Foley, 2-14, and he'll make the play. So Geronimo grounds out to Foley. Foley's been pretty good. It's that second baseman, Garrett, who may be coming out of the game with 2 errors. I don't know. I gotta see when he comes up to bat if I'm gonna pitch hit. Concepcion here in the 5th. 4, 9, single, because he likes to mingle. So Concepcion is on. And now here comes the pitcher, Jack Billingham, who has got on base on an error and also singles. So Billingham's having himself a day at the plate. Let's see what he's going to do now with the man on first. I'm going to let him hit, right? Why not? I'll let him hit. Let him hit. 3, 4, and ground ball third base, A. And that's going to be a double play. So I'm just going to say DP, and that'll end the inning. So not so good for Billingham that time. So they'll get a hit. And they don't get any runs this time. Still, 7-2 as we go to the bottom of the 5th. So we have the pitcher now. And I wonder if I want to start pinch hitting here. Because we need some runs we're already into the bullpen. So yeah, so I'm going to do that. So who is my next guy for Expos? Steve Dunning. Do I have is there a Steve Dunning in the house? Is there a Steve Dunning in the house? Calling Steve Dunning. Yes, we have a Steve Dunning. So Steve Dunning will come in. And he'll take over, but we are going to pinch hit for him. So Dunning will come in. So, and that's going to be the bottom of the fifth. So Kerrigan goes 1 2/3, and he gives up 3 hits. All right. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits. Did he give up 2? I thought he gave up 3. So is that like I say 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, so he gave up 4 and 3. Not that it matters, but all right. So Dunning's going to be our pitcher, and our pinch hitter for the Expos is going to be let's take a look at my batting averages here for the Expos. Who do I got here? Jose Morales and Rivera. Oh, I got a Gary Carter here, too. Do I want to burn Gary Carter right now? Andre Dawson. Ooh. Yeah, we're going to have Andre Dawson pinch hit. So Andre Dawson is going to pinch hit. Yeah, there we go. So to lead off the fifth, Andre Dawson. All right, let's see if he can get anything going against Billingham. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? Here we go. A 3-7 and deep fly ball in the left field, but back is Foster and he'll make the catch. So I hate it when a pinch hitter comes in and does absolutely nothing, but such is the case. So there's one away. Jerry White coming up, and he's 1 for 2, and I got a 3-3 ground ball to second. So G4. Now what do I do here? Am I going to go with Wayne Garrett, who's got 2 errors, or am I going to bring someone in to play second base? What do we think? What do we think? Do I have a second baseman here? Or is he my only second? No, I have... Oh, Pepe Frias. Oh, absolutely. So Wayne Garrett, bye-bye. And Pepe Frias will come in for Garrett in the fifth. Pepe Frias, and he's a shortstop 4, which is probably worse, but I kind of don't care. Pepe Frias comes in the fifth with 2 outs. Alrighty. Richard, which service did I decide on for my streaming? Right now I'm using Streamlabs desktop OBS, which is actually free. For my talk stuff, I'm going with Streamlabs Talk Studio, which I think you can get it on sale for $10 or $15 a month to have the extra camera and the whole bit. So I think that's what I'm going to go with. There was another one I was looking at. I think it was like EV Mux or something like that, but that was still $30, $40 a month. StreamYard, I got the new price. They wanted $850 a year. I says no, I'm not going from $20 or $30 a month to $60 or $70 a month. Ain't gonna happen. So I think I'm going with Streamlabs Talk Studio. I still got a few days. I bought it for a month. So far, I kind of like it. I like StreamYard better, but not for the price. So I'm kind of hoping they'll have a Black Friday sale. That other one there, the EV Mux or Easy Mux or something like that, it was similar to StreamYard. I think I like the Talk Studio better. So that's kind of what I'm going with. And Ron the Layout is down in Durham, North Carolina. That's right. He made the trip down there. Glad you made it down there, Ray. Good to see you here. So Pepe Frias is going to come in and hit in the bottom of the fifth. And let's see what we got here. So we have a 6 and a 9. And he's going to single. He likes to mingle. So Frias comes in and gets a single. And he is on base. And so that paid off. So now it's going to be Jorgensen. So he's got a home run and a strikeout. So the crowd on its feet here at Exhibition Stadium, bottom of the fifth. It is 7-2 Reds. 2 away, trying to cheer their team on. Jorgensen, a 5 and a 3. Ground ball right back to the mound. Billingham, 3-10. And he will make the play. So Billingham knocks it down and will throw him out. Barely. That was a single. And any other roll, that was a single. But Billingham is his own best friend right now, making the play. So now Steve Dunning will come in, as he will be our new pitcher, and he will be pitching to Rose here in the 6th. So they do get a hit, and no runs, though. Pete Rose coming up. Isn't it always fun rolling guys like Pete Rose? A 1-2 ground ball down the 3rd, and Rose is out. 1 away. Ken Griffey, 2 singles and a ground out. A 1-11. There's another single. So Griffey with 3 singles in this game, and he'll get on the 1st. And we're not going to steal this time. We had a stolen base earlier, but we're not going to steal this time. So we're going to keep him on for Joe Morgan, who's lined out, hit a hit into the outfield for an error, and then homered. So he's had a monster day. So Morgan against Dunning, a 3-9, and he gets the Pantera walk. 1st and 2nd, 1 away for George Foster. He's 1 for 3. Foster, 1-7, and he is walked. And the bases are loaded for Johnny Bench. 1 away, bases loaded. Steve Dunning in some trouble here in the top of the 6th. And I got a 6 and a 5. And really? See you later, Johnny Bench with a grand salami, as ID would say. Bench with a grand slam. See you later. And Dunning, I don't even think he's retired 1 batter. Johnny Bench with the grand slam, and it's 11-2. Yeah. I think the other night, Richard, I did a live stream with Streamlabs Talk Studio. If you want to go check it out, it's very similar to the Streamlabs. I mean, a StreamYard. StreamYard, I think, is better, but it ain't worth that price, that's for sure. All right, we're going to leave him in. The game's over anyway, so Dunning's going to be left in. Yeah, 11-2. Johnny Bench with a grand slam. Perez coming up. I got a 2-7, and he's walked. And, yeah, we can't do this anymore. So Dunning has not been stunning. Dunning comes in and goes 1/3 of an inning. Should have taken him out a half hour ago. Oh, man. So Dunning comes out. How about Chuck Taylor? Yeah. Let's see if Chuck Taylor can be Chuck Norris. All right? So Dunning, see ya. Oh, man. Now, this is what I expected. Chuck Taylor. All right, here we go. Taylor from Planet of the Apes will come in. All righty. So Dunning is out. Taylor is in. I'm running out of spots here for my Expo pictures, but we just couldn't go on like that. We just couldn't go on anymore. So Taylor coming in. I got a 2 and a 10. That's a ground ball down to second base, A, and I think that's a double play. Yeah, so he's going to get the double play. So Taylor comes in. So that's where he came in. What did Dunning do? We gave up 1, 2 hits. So Taylor comes in, gets the ground ball, double play, and that'll be it, double play. So they'll get out of that, but they will get 4 runs on the bench, grand slam. So Taylor comes in and at least gets the double play ball. But, boy, it's going to be tough sledding here. So we're going to go to the bottom of the 6th, and the poor Expos are down 11-2. It's exciting if you're a Reds fan. Oh, I got the hat on, don't I? I got the Reds hat. All right, Valentine, a 5 and a 5. Struck him out. So Billingham throwing some gas here. He's going to make the Expos pay. A 4 and a 7 and a single. So Unser will single. He's 2 for 3 today. He got a triple back in the first, but never scored. Larry Parrish coming up. Parrish, a 5-8. Oh, the Pantera walk. And now things are getting interesting. We got first and second with one away. So they're going to come out and talk to Billingham and make sure he's okay. And he says, yeah, I think I'm all right. And so Tim Foley coming up. He singled his last at bat. First and second, one away. A 3-9. Ground ball down the short. That'll be a double play, right? Because all the A's are double plays. So they get one hit, but they leave a man on. And the Expos are starting to play like Team 24. All right, so Chuck Taylor comes back out here. Top of the seventh. He'll be facing Concepcion, and then the pitcher. So I got a 3-7, and that's going to be a single. So Concepcion, his second hit of the game. So Billingham comes up. We're going to let him hit. There's really no sense bunting when you're up 11-2. So we're going to let him hit. So Billingham's going to swing away. He's been on base a couple of times. And we got a 1-8, and he strikes out. All right, so this time it wasn't that good. So he takes the strikeout, and he'll sit down. Rose coming up, one away, man on first. 6 and a 5. Popped it up to short. So Rose pops this up, and a nice catch by Foley. And so with Concepcion still on first, we got Ken Griffey. 6 and a 5, and he pops it up to short too. And so they'll give up a hit. So let me calculate that. So there's 2 hits in the last inning. But no runs. So we'll go to the bottom of the seventh. It's all Cincinnati. All right, Billingham here. So this will even the series up. So we'll have to, I don't know if I can sneak in a game 3 tomorrow night or not. I might not get home till about 8 o'clock or so. I got a 1-8, and it's going to be a pop out to second base by Foot. And a P4, so there's one away here in the seventh, the Expos seventh. White, a 1-7, and he'll single, so... Oh, no. Sorry, it's the pitcher. It's the pitcher. And I need a pitcher 3. I screwed that up. There we go, pitcher 3. And we're going to let him hit because we're getting croaked, and it doesn't matter. A 1-7, ground out. So there's 2 away. And now White comes up. And White, a 1-4. And he hits a ground ball right back to the mound. 1-2-3 inning. And that's just kind of how it's going now. As the Expos have cooled off since that first inning. And Chuck Taylor's doing decent pitching. That's why I just let him hit, because they're getting killed anyway. So I got a 2-8, and it's a ground ball down to second. So Morgan hits it to his counterpart, and there's 1 away. Boy, the air just kind of just got let out of the stadium after that bench grand slam, right? Pop out to short by Foster, a big swing, major league fly ball, and now Bench coming up. Bench with the grand salami, as ID would say. Oh, we'll see ya. We'll see. There goes the dice. I almost made it a whole stream without dropping some dice. Here we go. As Beavis would say, all right, okay. 6 and a 7. Struck him out. 1, 2, 3. Bottom of the 8th. Billingham still on the mound. So Pepe Frias coming up. He came in the 5th to relieve Garrett, who had committed 2 errors in 1 inning. So this game unraveled in the 3rd. 3 errors in that 3rd, and that gave 4 runs to the Reds. Can't do that against the Reds. Pepe Frias, a 3-8, and he will double. So Frias will double, so he's 2 for 2. So in the 8th, Frias will double, and he's on second base. And now we have Jorgensen coming up. See if he can get anything going. Jorgensen, a 6-6, and he lines it out to first base. So who's that? Perez? Yeah, Perez with a stab. Valentine, a couple of strikeouts today. 6 and a 4. Fly ball in the left field. And Frias will have to stay where he is. And now Unser, who's 2 for 3. And Dell, a 4 and a 5. Struck him out. So they'll get a hit and leave a man on. And we go to the top of the ninth. 11-2 Cincinnati. So Chuck Taylor trying to save the bullpen for game 3. He'll be facing Perez in the top of the ninth, and it's a 2-11. Ground ball to second. And Perez is out, and there's one away. So Chuck Taylor's the guy I should have brought in. Really, I should have seen that. A 2 and a 10. Ground ball to second again. And so Frias has been busy over there since taking over for Garrett. And now Concepcion is going to be a 1-2-3 inning. A 2-10. Ground ball to short. So it is. It's a 1-2-3 inning. So we're going to go to the bottom of the ninth. Here it is. And Billingham going for the complete game. He's got 9 runs to work with. He will start against Parrish. All right, now Chuck Taylor's probably done because he's not going to hit, that's for sure. All righty, Larry Parrish. A 2, a 10. Lined it right at second base to Morgan, one away. Let me see. Some Road says, any chance of doing History Maker baseball streams? Just picked it up. He's busy organizing cards and directions. I had a hard time with it. And I remember Al Red Sox fan had a hard time with it too. So I gave it a try. I had a hard time with it, and considering it's baseball, I need baseball to be real easy. And so I still have it, and I plan on getting back to it at some point, but probably the short answer is probably not for a while, because I'm going to do this project here. I like my Strat Basic, my APA Basic, Payoff Pitch, Season Ticket. Those are my 4 baseball games I really like. And so you probably won't see that here on the channel for quite some time. I'd like to try to go back to it and learning it again. That's going to probably be next summer or next spring, because I really need to get through this busy season and not have any heavy games in my head right now, because I'll never be able to figure them out. Not while I'm working every single day. But hopefully that answered the question. I just, again, it's just, for me, it was just a difficult game. Foley, Tim Foley. But then again, after playing enough of the play games, it might make more sense if I went back to it, because when I played it, I was still new to the play games. So it's kind of like when you first play APA, you're kind of lost. And then after you get good at one game, every APA game you play, you're like, oh, okay, I know how APA does things. So it probably will be a hell of a lot easier if I go back to it, but it'll be a little bit of time. Tim Foley, a 3-8 line drive to the shortstop, and the Expos are down to their last out. And Barry Foote is up, and we're going to bring in a pinch hitter here just to have some fun with it, right? We have this guy over here, and this guy's name is Andre Thornton. So we're going to have Andre Thornton hit, right? So we're going to bring in Andre Thornton to hit for Foote in the ninth with 2 outs, just to see what we can do. Yeah, Michael has a bunch of videos of History Maker Baseball on his channel if you want to check out some stuff. He does a good job of that. In fact, I'm kind of hoping that when we get to Connecticut, if there's any time we can carve out, maybe Michael can sit down with me and show me that, and just say, hey, here's how you play the game. And maybe if I had somebody show it to me, it might work out, because I do have some seasons for it. All right, so I got a 6 and a 9, and that's going to be a single. So Andre Thornton will single. And we're not done yet. So now I need another pinch hitter here for the pitcher. And you know who I have? You know who I have is Gary Carter. So Gary Carter is going to come in, and he's going to hit here in the ninth. So here we go. Gary Carter, man on first, 2 away. Can he extend the game? A 6-10 ground ball to second. And that'll do it. And dun, dun, dun. That's our final score. So let's take a look here. Let's take a look. So we got one hit. So the Reds, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the Reds, 11 runs, 10 hits, and absolutely no errors. The Expos, 2 runs, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits. However, 1, 2, 3 errors. And that is the score in Game 2. So, Game 1 in Cincinnati, the Expos win 3-2. But on the road, it's the Reds taking this one 11-2. So, we'll have to do a Game 3 this weekend at some point. And I don't know if I'll play that here. I'll play it on the channel. But every now and then, I'll check in with you guys and have you watch a little bit here. So, but that is that. Yeah, so it's a little bit of Strat Baseball here on the channel. Enjoying my little project here and getting back into some Strat Baseball here. So, has anybody done a Moneyball style project with videos? I'm not sure what a Moneyball project would be, honestly. I just don't know what that would be. So anyway, so I'm going to leave this set up on the table for Game 3. In case I jump into that at some point this weekend. Maybe I'll stream it, maybe I won't, but that is that. So, I want to thank everybody for tuning in as I get ready for my next game, whenever that is. And, yeah, so I'm going to jump out here. I'm going to probably watch a little bit of TV before I crash, but thanks for tuning in to some baseball here on the channel. And, yeah, back to work tomorrow. Another 12-hour day tomorrow. They do end at some point, I promise you. I hope. But look, like I say, I am going to pull the trigger on some seasons. I'm not sure when or how or what, but I will. I will, because I want to play some. What I need to do is pull out Payoff Pitch and see if I like that. And if Payoff Pitch, maybe I'll pick up a season. I do have seasons of that, but again, I'm getting the itch to get something. But anyway, thanks for coming by, everyone. Michael, I'll be in touch. Barbara, I'll be in touch so we can go over some things. Michael, I need to talk to you about Connecticut. And Bob, we got to talk about those glasses. We really do. We'll talk to everybody later. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, as the Reds even up the series and send it back to Cincinnati, tied at 1. We'll talk to everybody later. Bye-bye.